Working in refuse and recycling involves a variety of tasks, and many of these could be potentially harmful. This DVD features a number of short sections providing health and safety advice to teams working for local authorities or private companies, and covers hazards, manual handling, access, impact from and to vehicles, personal protective equipment, accidents, first aid and health, team leader responsibilities, violence and aggression, refuse vehicle operation, recycling vehicle operation, and landfill sites and transfer stations. There's a short written exercise at the end of each section to check your understanding. Some topics will be covered in more detail in your own training. Some potential hazards are reversing, blind spots, bad weather, operating vehicle equipment, working in or crossing busy roads, navigating between parked vehicles, lifting and carrying, working around the vehicle. How many hazards can you spot from these video clips? Make a note of them. Discuss them with your trainer, supervisor or team leader. Before lifting, stop and think for a moment. Remember balance. base. 1 foot forward to make a good base. Assess the load. Legs, use your leg muscles. Alignment, don't twist. Natural, keep your back in a natural line. Control all movements. Every body, look after yours. If you think the load is too heavy, then adopt your heavy bin procedure. If a member of the public tries to put their own waste into the refuse vehicle, please politely tell them not to. When faced with steps or uneven paths and roads, get a crew member to give you a hand. Some older properties have rear access down narrow paths and passages. Some villages, like these, were built centuries before vehicles were invented. Don't run or take shortcuts. If you have problems with parked cars, blocked roads or overhanging trees, report them. Don't try to be a hero. Report problems to your crew or team leader. Too many deaths involving vehicles at work happen whilst the vehicle is reversing. Don't let the next one be you. Use a reversing assistant for safe reversing. Make sure the driver can see you at all times. Usually this means standing 5 to 10 metres behind, 1 metre out. Do not walk backwards. The assistant and driver must understand hand signals and they must be clear. Keep the area free of pedestrians and children. Warn the driver of any hazard. Stop the driver if necessary by raising your right arm. If a rear-facing video monitor is installed, use it. There are only 2 hand signals that can be used. Reverse towards me or stop. The driver must always be able to see the assistant and must stop immediately if they lose sight of them. You'll get practical training on all aspects of reversing. Personal protective equipment is provided for your safety and must be worn at all times. All of the following equipment is available, but what you will use will depend upon your working procedures and the weather conditions. Safety footwear. Protective trousers. Jacket, sweatshirt or fleece. High visibility jacket or waistcoat. Appropriate gloves. Wet weather leggings. Eye protection. Hearing protection and head protection. Accidents could cause a wide range of injuries from minor cuts and bruises to sprained muscles, broken or fractured bones, or even death. Accidents can be caused by manual handling and lifting, slips, trips, falls or running, impact from road vehicles, needles and sharps, violence from the public, animal and insect bites, taking shortcuts. You must report all accidents and incidents, including violence from the public, to the office immediately. First aid. Clean and cover the wound immediately. If you get dust in your eyes, wash it out with water. Needle injuries, wash, bleed and then go to A&E. Maintain the first aid box in cab. Report injuries using the form. Hygiene. Use the vehicle hand wash or wipes before eating, or if you have been in contact with chemicals or substances. Remember, you must not smoke in the vehicle. Vaccinations. It's strongly recommended that you have tetanus and hepatitis B vaccines. Needles. These could be in open places, such as paths or parks, or hidden in litter bins, plastic bags or under seats. You could catch an infection from needles, such as hepatitis B and C, HIV or tetanus. If you are injured by a needle, encourage bleeding. Don't suck clean. Cover with dressing, contact your team leader, then go to A&E. If you find a needle, make safe and then report by mobile phone. The team or crew leader has specific responsibilities for the vehicle and crew. They'll ensure daily vehicle checks are carried out using a check sheet to report any defects on or to the vehicle. Make sure the vehicle is clean both inside and out. You follow procedures if tachos are fitted, digital or analogue. The vehicle isn't overloaded. Trained reversing assistants are used. On busy roads, the crew only collect from one side at a time. Appropriate PPE is worn. Everyone's skills are up to scratch through training. You supervise and lead the team by setting an example. On-site monitoring by crew or team leaders should include reversing procedure, use of PPE, vehicle checks such as beacons and audible warnings, working practices, contaminated loads. This includes verbal abuse, threatening behaviour